In the shadow of ancient empires, there stood a city, born not from conquest, but from trade. A city whose ships ruled the waves long before Rome dreamed of empire. Its name struck both envy and fear across the Mediterranean: Carthage. From humble Phoenician roots, it grew into a maritime superpower, rich, cunning, and relentless. But its destiny was written in fire when its greatest rival, Rome, vowed to destroy it forever. This is the rise, the glory, and the annihilation of the Carthaginian Empire, the city Rome feared most. Long before Carthage, there was Tyre, a shining port city in ancient Phoenicia, modern-day Lebanon. The Phoenicians were master sailors, traders, and shipbuilders. They colonized the Mediterranean coast, establishing ports from Cyprus to Spain. Around the 9th century before Christ, one group of settlers sailed west and founded a new colony on the North African shore. They called it Carthaginian, the new city. To the world, it became Carthage. Strategically placed near modern Tunis, Carthage commanded the sea routes between Europe and Africa, east and west. From the very beginning, it was destined to become the bridge and the battleground between continents. Carthage's strength was not its army, it was its commerce. Its merchants traded gold and ivory from Africa, tin from Britain, and silver from Spain. They built colonies on Sicily, Sardinia, and the Balearic Islands. Carthaginian ships filled the horizon, sleek, fast, and unmistakably powerful. The city was ruled not by kings, but by a senate and powerful families, especially the Magonids and the Barcids. Wealth poured in, and Carthage rose as the richest city in the western Mediterranean. Its harbors were engineering marvels, an outer dock for merchants, and an inner secret military port that could shelter over 200 warships. Every wall, every dock, every coin spoke of power and ambition. While Greece fought over philosophy and Rome wrestled with its republic, Carthage ruled the waves. Its navy was the envy of the ancient world. Rows of disciplined oarsmen, elite marines, and the deadly quinquereme, a warship with 5 banks of oars. But Carthage's dominance depended on one rule: control of trade. When Greek colonists, Etruscans, and then Rome began expanding, the balance of power began to shift. It was no longer large enough for 2 ambitious powers. In 264 BCE, the spark came, the First Punic War. It began over Sicily, a jewel between Carthage and Italy. Carthage had the navy, but Rome had the determination. And Rome adapted fast, building its own fleet and inventing the cordovus, a boarding bridge that turned sea battles into infantry fights. For more than 20 brutal years, the 2 powers clashed across land and sea. At last, Carthage surrendered. Sicily became Rome's first overseas province. Carthage lost its fleet, its pride, and its grip on power. But defeat only planted the seed of vengeance. From that seed rose a name that would haunt Rome for generations: Hannibal Barca. Son of the great general Hamilcar, Hannibal swore eternal hatred toward Rome. When Carthage expanded into Spain, Rome protested. Hannibal ignored them and besieged Saguntum, a Roman ally. Rome declared war. But no one could have predicted what came next. In 218 BCE, Hannibal led an army, including war elephants, across the Pyrenees, through the Alps, and into Italy. It was one of history's most daring and impossible marches. At Trebia, at Lake Trasimene, and finally at Cannae, Hannibal destroyed Roman armies again and again. Cannae became Rome's darkest day, nearly 50,000 Romans killed. For 16 long years, Hannibal ravaged Italy, undefeated on the field. But Rome refused to fall. Under Scipio Africanus, Rome struck back, first in Spain, then in Africa. In 202 BCE, the two greatest generals met at the Battle of Zama. Scipio's discipline and tactics triumphed. Hannibal fled into exile. Carthage's power was broken, but its spirit endured. 50 years later, Rome still feared Carthage's recovery. The Roman senator Cato the Elder ended every speech with the same chilling words: Carthago delendasta est. Carthage must be destroyed. When Carthage finally defended itself against Numidian raids without Rome's permission, that was the excuse Rome needed. In 149 BCE, the Third Punic War began. For 3 desperate years, Carthage fought like a cornered lion. Men, women, even slaves defending their walls. But in 146 BCE, Rome breached the city. The streets burned for days. Every building was looted, every citizen enslaved or killed. According to legend, Rome salted the earth so nothing would ever grow again. Carthage, once queen of the seas, was erased from the map. Yet history has a long memory. Carthage's innovations in trade, navigation, and shipbuilding shaped Mediterranean commerce for centuries. Its influence lived on in Roman architecture, naval design, and administration. Even its enemy respected it. For without Carthage, Rome might never have become great. If you enjoyed this journey through history, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Join us next time as we uncover more forgotten empires, legendary rulers, and the turning points that shaped our world. Era.